welcome back to my channel. My name is Hart and we are starting workout 2 of week 2 of our beginner program. This is our cardio circuit, so we've got 10 exciting and challenging new moves for you to try. We're going to be doing 35 seconds of work and 25 seconds of rest with a small warm up and a little bit of a cool down at the end. If you feel like you need a bench or a chair or any form of assistance, make sure you've got that ready. Once you've done that, we're going to get started with a warm up in 10 seconds. So in 10 seconds, we're going to get started with a standing runner. So face the side. Place one foot in front of the other, and off we go.
Have this feeling, haven't felt for so long. Took a hold on me and won't let go. I've been sleeping.
We're going to do 30 seconds one side, and then the second round, the other leg.
I'm so hold me towards you, and I cannot fight it. My head's underwater, I try to disguise it. Want you to hold me, though we haven't spoken. I need that sound.
2, 1. So into a light jog. So this is maybe your first time jogging, unless you're chasing after a child, like I said before, which I tend to do a lot. So this may feel a bit daunting. If it is, stick with your high knee marches or just do more of a plodding step. So if you want to do the light jog, remember, become light on your feet.
To be my everything, 'cause you are only a shot away from.
So turn to face the side. So I'm going to do side and then a wide pull. Back, up, back, wide. So from the front, just because I don't want to hit my mat, we're just doing this motion. This is a coordination catastrophe. And then we're going to ski down. So slightly modified version. We're not doing a lot of twisting. This is more incorporating a swing of an arm with a hip hinge. So really focus on those hip hinges. So I'll show you from the side. Obviously, you don't need to follow me going round and round.
And I'm too deep into win this gamble. Hold me towards you, and I cannot fight it. My head.
Coming back into that standing runner. Try and use the other leg.
Want you to hold me, though we haven't spoken.
Thinking, I hope I've used the other leg.
To get me open, you are only a shot away from me. To be my everything, 'cause you are only a shot away from me. To be my everything.
Back into your light jog. So we're moving on from postnatal recovery where there was no jumping to really starting to increase some buoyancy in your moves. But by all means, if you're not comfortable with that yet, or you're a beginner and haven't done the postnatal stuff, a simple side to side movement will suffice. So step back, out wide.
You take my love for granted.
So need to be over exaggerating
You never,
with the arms.
yeah. I think I need a minute to figure out my limits. You cross them more than once, yeah. You take my love for granted.
And then into our ski downs.
I'm talking from body to body, yeah. Getting closer to just being nothing else. I'm a sucker for your love, even though it's kind of toxic, babe. You know I feel it when we touch. That your love is from a different place.
And rest. So our first move in this 10 circuit series is going to be a modified jumping jack. So just a quick reminder, we're stepping out to the side and raising our arms above our head. We won't be doing a proper jumping jack for a couple of weeks. We're just going to try and get that muscle memory going first before we have the intensity and all the jumping involved with the modified jumping jack. 2, 1, and off we go.
Where you go when your glass end up empty? Oh, I wanna know, won't you let me know? Where do you hide when you leave me wasted? Oh, I wanna know. We're only lovers when we count down. Tell me when to stop, tell me when to stop, babe. Just keep on dancing like we're night bound. Lovers on the clock, I'll be ready when we go down.
And rest. So next, make sure we're doing our tapping out in between. Start to get a bit more energy in the second week. So we're going to do our double high knee. So we're going to go up, 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 switch. Up, up, up. If you can do it without doing the step like I did to start off with, so like almost a switching way, great. 2, 1.
We spend the night on bubble bed.
If you feel like you are compromising balance, best thing to do is step out to the side, double knee, step, and then double knee.
Where do you go when your glass?
If you're okay with balance, keep it nice and close and just do those double knees.
Leave me wasted. Oh, I wanna know. We're only lovers when we count down.
So I said it was coming, the day has arrived. We're going to do alternating split squats, 1 by 1, without any assistance. So we're going to be facing on the side, dropping down into that split squat, up, down, and then up. And then we do the same on the other side. 2, 1, go. So back, up, down, in. To that split squat that we've just done is at the split squat we are just holding that position for a little bit longer. Reverse lunge, you come straight out of the split squat basically. So next we're going to do an arm knee pull. So with our arms high in the air, bring one arm to meet one knee, 17 seconds on each side, and off we go.
And come back when you're older.
If this is too much of a challenge, place one hand on your hip for support. This is where the chair comes in handy. You can even imagine you've got a chair. That does add some stabilisation and switch. But if you're feeling confident, bring both arms down. Obviously you can't bring both legs up. That would be physically impossible. And rest. So we're going to rest, and then the next move we're going to do is our light jog. So similar to what we did in the warm-up, you can either do more of a buoyant jog or more of a static position in the sense that we're not really elevating up high. So static jog is more like this. Buoyant jog, we really are shifting our weight onto our balls of our feet. Off we go. You can even start if you want, like I'm doing. I'm feeling silly, but really raising those heels.
Feel that this is your beginning. Will come.
If you don't feel comfortable just doing this in socks, if you've got like feet issues, particularly if you've got like high instep and stuff, sometimes it's easier to actually wear shoes for your workout. It provides a good cushioning and to prevent, to help with compensations.
Can't be the victim.
Okay, and rest, tap it out. So next we're going to do a tricep kick back, without any weights obviously, with a step. So I did this in my prenatal program. So we're just going to do a tricep kick back, and as we go back, we step behind as well at the same time. So we're going to really try and lock out those triceps as much as we can. And then, so we're getting ready in 3, 2, 1. Remember, the first time in any new move, we are not looking at how fast we can do these moves. We've already increased the intensity by increasing the duration. Doing a move quicker doesn't mean you're going to get faster results, because if you're doing it improperly, you're not going to get any added benefit. Form over quantity. Okay, adjust. I haven't said that for a while. Adjust your mat. So next we're going to do a side lunge. This is the first time that we probably really thought about doing the side lunge. We did a slight high side lunge in our warm-up last week. So remember, for the side lunge, because you're compromising stability, because you're coming out of this neutral centre position. So step out. We're going to push the hips back and sink down. So off we go. So step, push back, lower down, and then we're going to come back into the middle. We're going to take this step really slow. So push back.
On a higher level, turn it.
And step back to the middle.
We got this.
So we don't want to see like our knees driving, pushing forward. So we don't want to see this motion. We are still sinking back. And then when you get more confident, so next we're going to do a front punch and a kick. So if you've got any pent up anger or frustration from the day, then you can always use this move. It's a great one to do. So it's a combination of an alternating front punch and a front kick. Again, this is a new move, compromises stability, so please make sure you take your time. 2, 1, and go.
Cause you seem make some trouble, baby. Ooh, I live it. That's my true to love, true to love.
So I'll do it from the side.
I love it. Crank it up, yeah, yeah.
So you see like spindle leg. There's a slight bend to my knee. I'm not really exaggerating it, but I don't want to lock my legs out either. So imagine you're sitting on like a bar stool or something, so something's just propped by your bum. And rest, which is good because I lost my timing. Next is going to be a high to low jab. So for the high to low jab, we're in a wide squat position. We're going to go up for the high jab, and then we come down for the low jab. We're actually going to squat into position. So it looks something like this. And then we go to the side. And one side will look better than the other, depending on which hand you use predominantly. And off we go. So again, we are taking our time with this one. Okay, last move, sorry, which you know is the usual. We're going to do a high knee with a wide pull. So our high knees are going to come up, obviously, and as we bring our knee up, imagine we've got like a piece of string attached to the knee. We're going to bring that knee and those arms up at the same time. So imagine you're like a puppet. 2, 1.
Be my favorite song. Oh, I know I should be moving on, but you got me good. You got me good. I keep on driving till it bends, still it feels like I pretend. Keep on driving and driving along the road tonight. Lost my head, don't feel my spark between the jars and bottle jack. Just me and all the red lights. Keep on driving and driving.
Okay, we're going back into our modified jumping jacks. So tap out, have a little bit of a rest, have some water if you haven't already. And this time, the only difference is you may want to maybe increase the distance between the standing leg and the moving leg. Off we go. So really extend out.
All my weakness keep on linger on repeat like it will be my favorite song. Oh, I know I should be moving on, but you got me good. I keep on driving till it bends, still it feels like I pretend. Keep on driving along the road to never end. Lost my head over my back between the jars and bottle jack. Just
Okay, so tapping back out. Even though we have increased the rest to work ratio, if we're finding that the 35 seconds is too long, work to 30 seconds and then just have a bit of a break. So there's no pressure to do it all in one go. Next we're going to do our double high knee. So 3, 2, 1, we go. Alternating split squat. So if I confused you the first time around, the baby brain was coming into play, we're going to sink back down. So that's like 1, up, down for 2, up, down for 3, and then back in. So try and remember that pattern for yourself. 3, 2, 1. So 1, 2, 3, and in. 1, 2, 3, and in.
Let's just do what you want to. Please don't be polite, cause I like your attitude. Let's forget about a curfew, cause all that is stuck in my head is me and you. Both speed and my heart is racing, but I'm not sure I wanna pace it.
And rest. So next we're going to be doing our arm to knee pull. So just remember for this one that use any form of added support that you need, because we have the ability to really tilt, and we want to try and not do that. We want to stabilise and remain neutral in this move. So you need to hold onto a chair, grab a wall, or anything. Make sure you do.
On the thrill of it, waking up with no regrets. We make out.
And when you feel the challenge, both arms.
Around for the thrill of it. Don't stop now, never let this end. For the thrill of it,
And switch sides.
no regrets.
Don't worry, you'll eventually increase your flexibility and your range of motion by doing all these moves. Next is our light jog. So if you want to start exploring the area in a bit more, you can jog around a bit if you want to jog from side to side instead of just being on the spot.
Forget about a curfew, cause all.
Keep your ankles nice and soft. It's really important if you aren't wearing shoes to not lock out the ankles too much, because you'll get a lot of pressure and a lot of weight bearing down on them. You could end up with tight Achilles tendon, etc.
True. We make out for the thrill of it. Mess around for the thrill of it. Don't stop now, never let this end. For the thrill.
And rest. So coming back into that tricep kick back with a step. We don't really need to increase the intensity so much on this one. It's a combination move. So just really focus on not locking out the elbow, but keeping it nice and straight as you come back. So there's a difference in fitness between straight and locked out. This one has ever so slight bend. 3, 2, 1.
It's like talking to a wall when you don't look at me. I wanna speak my mind and tell you how I feel, but it's like talking to a wall when you don't look at me. Please just look at me. I'm a ticking time bomb that goes off easily. You always know which buttons you should push, baby. I'm a ticking time bomb that goes off easily. But
Okay, just want you to adjust. My mat was driving me mad for that move. Next we're going to be doing our side lunge. So just from a side position, I'm going to show you. So when you come to the steps to the side and we drive back, you can see that my knees are trying to come into line as much as possible. We're pushing back with the glutes, but we still try and keep that chest region elevated. And off we go. So step, come back. Sometimes even if you feel confident, it's always handy to do like a couple of trial runs, I suppose. You can place your hands to your side or in front of you. That doesn't really matter for support. And rest. Whew. So next we're doing our front punch and front kick. So remember, with the front punch and the front kick, we don't want to keep our leg dead straight. We are almost perching our bum on a bar stool just to keep slight bend at the knees. So again, we're not locking out knees, elbows, etc. 2, 1. Maybe this time you can increase the pace because we went very slow on this one. If you find it too much of a challenge, slow down, focus on that coordination and that control, and really give it a go, really punch out. Sometimes if you're getting tired, you can become a bit limp. So imagine someone you really don't like at the moment. Next, moving the mat, is high to low jab. So we've got 2 more moves in this circuit. So remember, with a high to low jab, you can look as you're going high to low, gets that great alignment, and also helps you to focus on that point at which you're trying to reach. If you're just looking out to the side, maybe you're not getting quite high enough. 2 and 1. So high, low, low. So really try and be more fluid in this motion this time around. Focusing again, so your squat, never let that drop in terms of the technique. So we are pushing back with the hips, we're sinking down, we're trying to create 2 parallel lines. Line with the top of our legs, so our thighs and the floor.
Now I see when it's out in the light, and I'm leaving your love behind. Now I see.
And then last but not least, we're doing our high knee to wide arm pull. Sorry, when I said thigh, the wrong way, it made me think that my dad would have murdered me because I've not used the right way to use my first foot. So remember, with that arm knee pull, that we're trying to get up as high as we can, but if we can't because we're slightly fatigued, just focus on your form. So even if you get to here, that's fine. If you can really push it for that last move, bring those arms and legs all the way up.
Every day we had another fight.
Okay, and coming into our cool down. So we're going to raise our arms up. Exhale on the way down, inhale on the way up. Take this time to unwind. Okay, I'm going to do arm circles, but big arm circles, not our little ones that we do out to the side. So all our beginner workouts are going to follow this format. So the idea that we're going to be doing follow along, so I'm going to be talking, which may be good for some people, it may not be for others, and switch. The main reason why I want to make sure that I am doing a talking workout from our beginner program is it helps to cue in with key points for certain moves, particularly moves that you may have never done before, and also if you are recovering from either surgery, from a C-section for example, reach out to the side, or if you are just a pure beginner and you've not done the work moves, you may not have the muscle memory to know how to initiate like a good squat. And switch sides. Okay, we're going to just reach forward. And we're going to bend down. We're not rounding, we're not creating spinal flexion, so we're keeping a nice neutral spine. You're going to reach over to one side, place your hand on your knee and bend it so slightly. Our intermediate and our more expert/advanced programs, and switch sides. They're going to be less talking, just because hopefully the kinesthetic awareness is there, but there will be a mix. Because obviously it's always nice to have motivation throughout the workout.
Situations left you.
Turn to face the side. And do a quad stretch. Remember, we're not trying to like round, we're not like a ballet move, we're not trying to look like a duck or a swan. So you want to tuck everything in. Try and keep those knees together as much as possible. Have a slight bend in one leg. And then switch. If you need to have support with the wall, which I would probably recommend to start off with, just turn to face the other side when you switch legs. Okay, cross your arm in front of your body. Take this time just to cool everything down. So breathing, heart rate. Switch arms.
Take my hands, pound for pound. Promise I'll let you down.
So a huge thank you once again for joining us today's workout. If you enjoyed this one, make sure you do give it the like and hit that subscribe button. Keep an eye on this playlist because we'll be rolling out those workouts on the beginner program playlist every Monday, Wednesday and Friday for the next 8 weeks. If you're finding these workouts a little bit too challenging at the moment, I would recommend going to my postnatal recovery workouts, particularly if you are postnatal. But if you aren't and you are a true beginner, it is sometimes a great place to start because a lot of the foundational movements you do in early postnatal are the moves that you would probably want to do as a true beginner anyway. Other than that, for me, it's bye for now.